What can regular lay Catholics do to support the Fortnight for Freedom? How can we help the bishops? Cardinal Sean?
Well, it's important that our Catholics become aware of the issues, and certainly this is an opportunity to educate ourselves, and in our parishes and in our Catholic media we're trying to enunciate what the Church's position is. We know that sometimes the Church's position is being characterized as being anti-woman. It has nothing to do with what we're trying to establish here is the importance of our religious freedom and the independence of our religious agencies. So certainly for people to become aware of this and to talk about it, if people feel moved to write letters to the editor and talk to their neighbors, all of these things to help raise up the importance of this issue, I think will be very helpful.
That's something you hit on, Angela, also earlier, the educational part. That's really important for people to go out and be informed about what the Church teaches, if you're Catholic, to understand that. I don't think a lot of people really grasp the teachings as well as they should.
Exactly, and it's a wonderful opportunity. All of these hot button topics are being talked about now. So now is the opportunity for Catholics to be able to learn more, and then to, even if we don't convince other people, to at least make people think, well, Catholics have something rational to say. It's not just some medieval oppressive mindset that they're foisting on women. Catholics have an argument to make. I might not agree with it, but I can respect it. And within our society, then that's going to mean that our religious freedom is more likely to be respected, because people will view our institution as something that actually is promoting the good of humanity, even if we don't always agree with the details. You know, maybe we're not going to get people to agree on everything, but we have to be willing as lay people to make a case, and it's really our job. I think it's wonderful that the bishops are doing so much in this Fortnight for Freedom, but it's really there to empower lay people. We're the ones who can get into workplaces and stand around the water cooler and have these conversations. You know, Cardinal Sean can't be at all of our water coolers, so it's our job to do it, and that's, I think, you know, a take-home point from this.
I also think that one of the great messages from all of this, one of the things that we've heard the most in the news reports, is the message of what Catholic social service agencies and what Catholic schools and what Catholic hospitals are doing across this country. Hasn't it been great to get those messages out in the world? And I think that as lay people, beyond educating ourselves on this issue, we all know that we don't always live in the political world. And right now we have to bring our attention to those issues because they are so important and fundamental. But most of us live our lives at the parish level. And I think this is a chance for us to redouble our efforts and to recommit ourselves to our parish schools, to our local social service agencies, make a commitment to make those kind of efforts right on the ground where we live.
That's a very good point. In most Western democracies, the government does all of these things, and there's very little participation from other segments of society. The United States is very different in that, where we depend so much on nonprofit organizations and on religious nonprofit organizations to provide a lion's share of social services, health care, and educational services. And the reason that we've been able to do this in such a wonderful way is because of the exemptions and the respect for religious freedom that has existed in the past. And going forward, we want to be able to give these services and to make a positive contribution to our country, as we have for 200 years. But what has allowed this to happen has been religious freedom. When you go to other countries, and I was just in Cuba not too long ago, and there Castro used to always brag, the churches are always open, you can always go to church, but the church couldn't do anything else except go to Mass, and even then that was limited. So religious freedom is not just freedom to worship, it's a freedom to live a way of life, and part of our way of life is serving the poor, serving the community, and these religious exemptions have allowed us to be able to do that in a wonderful way, in a way that's very beneficial for our whole country.
And it's a very American gift too. It's not an accident that the Fortnight for Freedom ends on the 4th of July when we're celebrating American independence, and what better way to do it than to celebrate the freedoms that the Bill of Rights gives us as Americans. It's the quintessential American set of values that we're celebrating.